In September of 1975, Pastor Wade Sheffield and his family moved to New Albany, Indiana to plant Grace Baptist Church. Grace Baptist Church started as a sponsored work from Grace Baptist Temple in Salina, Kansas. God immediately began to bless this new work under Pastor Sheffield's leadership. The church had several homes during the first few years before moving to its current location and becoming the Calvary Road Baptist Church. Addresses changed and the name changed, but the purpose of this church did not, as it continued to seek to evangelize the lost and to disciple believers. Another constant through the years was the faithful service of Pastor Wade Sheffield. Pastor Sheffield served as our pastor for over 31 years. During those years, we were able to see God provide and use this faithful servant to reach souls, disciple believers, train men for the ministry, counsel families, and touch countless lives. In March of 2007, Pastor Sheffield retired and became the pastor emeritus of Calvary Road Baptist Church. He served in that capacity for the last 10 years of his life. In consistent fashion, he remained faithful even though his title had changed. In retirement, he was faithful in his soul winning. He preached often, served in church as a Sunday school teacher, and continued to mentor men, including his new pastor, Mike Kleitz, who had been a part of Calvary Road Baptist Church from his childhood. It is this faithful service that we honor today in awarding our third recipient of the Wade Sheffield Faithful Servant Award. This year, we've selected a man who has also been a proven faithful servant, who has served the Lord with humility and fervor, Pastor Mike Griffiths. Pastor Griffiths was born on Christmas Day of 1955 and was born again at the age of 8 when he attended a tent meeting at the Emmanuel Baptist Church in Pontiac, Michigan, pastored by Tom Malone. B.R. Lakin was preaching the night that he accepted Christ as his Savior. At 6 foot 4 inches tall, he was probably a frightening sight on the football field to the young men who lined up across from him. But God had bigger plans for him than a ball field. In 1975, he married his wife Betty Calhoun, whom he met at the church his father was pastoring in Somerset, Kentucky. After getting married, he and his family moved to Muscle Shoals, Alabama, where he became a deacon at the Shoals Bible Baptist Church. Job changes later led him back to the state of Kentucky, where in 1985 God called him to preach. In June of 1986, he began his first stint as the pastor of Southeastern Baptist Church in Gray, Kentucky. He later moved to Somerset, Kentucky to help in the ministry of Camp Victory with his brother, Evangelist George Griffiths. He worked faithfully at Camp Victory for 17 years. In July of 2000, he was called back to the pastorate of Southeastern Baptist Church and served there until his retirement in August of 2018. In his retirement, he is serving faithfully at Maranatha Baptist Church in Somerset, helping his pastor, who also happens to be his son, Stephen. In 2004, he and his wife lost their oldest son, Preston, as he went on to be with the Lord. His other two sons, Joseph and Stephen, are both pastoring independent fundamental Baptist churches. Many lives have been affected and reached for Christ through the ministry of Mike and Betty Griffiths. In 1989, at Camp Victory, at the age of 9, our pastor, Mike Kleitz, was led to the Lord by Pastor Griffiths. Several others were called into the ministry under his pastorate over the years. Pastor Griffiths has given his life to serve the Lord, and tonight we want to express our gratitude to him by making him the Wade Sheffield Faithful Servant Award recipient.